Yo, it's Guido coming back at you with a Tactics Talk. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate your support of the channel. We have specialK. He is back. specialK 8541 from the Reddit clan. Top tier in a 357 in his T57 Tier 10 American heavy tank, tech tree tank. And he is headed, hey diddle diddle, right up the middle, which I was thinking, this is interesting. Let's see what specialK has in mind right here. Taking a bit of a chance because you're kind of in the open. Fast tank sitting in the middle may have taken a few hit points from you, but he's got a plan. And his plan is he's going to go peel out any enemy tanks that are hanging out around this rock right here. Clearly the T-44 is there, that's spotted. The Conqueror has gone across there. The Scorpion G is spotted early, for some reason survives. Not exactly sure how he managed that, but he did. He must have been spotted by the FB looking out over the edge right there. So specialK is going to drive his auto-loading T57, which, by the way, is loaded up for max tryhard. We are 28 heat shells and 8 HE shells. He finds the T-44. I would not have gone for the track there. Just start blasting in the back. It almost doesn't matter what part of his tank he gives you. You take a hit. At first I went, wow, he took a hit, and then the Tiger fired HE and took 92 hit points. Okay. specialK is going to get their attention right here. I would be careful about the way that you're poking your tank out here. The Tiger 2 clearly know you're there. They're taking hits. They got stun in there, but there's a T-30 with those guys. And a Tiger 2, and you're going to come out sideways right here. Bounce the first one. Better aim at the second one. Take a hit, and down goes that guy. Another shot into the T-30 who's ignoring you. The T-34B was ignoring you up to that point. And you really get away with one right there. I would not have come out completely sideways. I think if Matt was planning on doing that, I'd have side scraped out of this portion right here to minimize the exposure of my tank. Coming up here also exposes you to these guys up here, but you got away with it. 2,438. I suppose you can say you didn't completely get away with it as you took a hit from the T-34, and I think you'd have minimized your exposure to the T-34 by coming around this corner, side scraping out. And then this 140 decides, I don't know why, he's coming in, takes a hit, again going out with the side armor, right into the top. Okay, someone else may have hit him right there, and then carefully aim into that hatch, and down he goes. And oh man, I think that 140 figured he was just going to hover medium you to death with a face hug, and that went very poorly for him. Artillery's paying attention to you, and now we're down to about, well, less than half hit points, more like a third of our hit points. Waiting for the stun to go away. This was an interesting decision. You do see those guys pushing in, so here we go. Let's go find these guys. We're not quite reloaded. There's a T-30 right there. T-34B. Kind of relying on this guy to back up, and he does so. Right into the turret. Another one takes him down. You might have been able to get to that T-30 right there. I don't know. You get a highlight? Yeah, well, he's hold down, so you might not have had a good shot on him. And we're going to push in. Things are looking pretty good. Things are looking pretty good. Your south corner is kind of losing. I think they'll end up losing. Largely because you're not there, but you're making it happen over here. 4,100 damage. Find the Progetto. A bit unlucky here with just a crit, no damage. And you've got a lot of one-shot friends coming in here. Pushing on in. When specialK sent me this, he said, "Hey, this was an interesting one. Let me know what I could do better." It's a bit of a heartbreaker. You see, he's got a lot of damage. But let's see what happens here towards the end game. There's a lot of them coming up towards the cap. A lot of them coming up towards the cap. It looks like it's pretty well sorted out. Scorpion G is there. The south is starting to lose. Scorpion G runs off. specialK finds a shot on him and takes him down, and then he finds the big kid sitting in the back. Gets a shot, and that guy bounces, and that was a hugely fortunate bounce. I might have gone for his lower plate right there, going right into the superstructure. It is your heat, but you ended up bouncing one right there. And we're down to 8 heat and 8 HE. And our guys are on the cap. The problem is that they're exposed. It's hard to zoom out, but that corner, they're exposed. They can't sit there and cap with a 111 GFT and a Scorpion, and soon to be the rest of them coming back. So what happens is the enemy comes back. specialK's team does a good job of clearing them off, and then they just hang out here, thinking that they're going to cap. Okay, fair enough. So let's see how that goes. And specialK said, what could I do better? So let's just watch what happens on this cap. Right now, I don't really have too much of a problem with what he's doing. Looking to take these guys out. Here comes the T10 pushing in. So the T10 is fast and he's flexed. And now they start abusing the guys in the cap. specialK's looking for shots. They're ignoring specialK, so he's able to get some free shots in on these guys. That's fine. Good deal. Yep. There we go. There's a T10 down. I would have looked for one more shot right there and used that shell. It doesn't look like any of them. There we go. There's a guy we can see right there. Piece of him anyway. I might have been able to get that shot on him. But look what's happened. We're down to 3 guys. All of a sudden, a couple of those guys are dead. There's a 110E3, a Scorpion, a Conqueror. They've got a lot better tanks left. And more. So we're going to back up, and we're loading 2 heat shells instead of going over to HE. In fact, I would not be carrying 8 HE in this tank. I'd be carrying 4. You only need 1 clip of HE. And this is where we get into that goofiness of having a mismatched number for our clip. He's only going to get 2 heat out of that whole reload, which is fine. That's what happens, but you got to watch what's going on. The 110E3 comes in, and unfortunately you don't pay enough attention to him early, but you get him down. All right. Before all this, though, probably about 30 seconds ago, when I saw all these guys showing up, I might have just left. You're not going to hold this cap. Not with what was coming back, and with only a 91 GF, 41 GF, and your 4202 is way back here out of position. I'd have probably just bailed out of here and headed back this way. See if I can't catch one of them trying to be tricky, potentially, or just fall back someplace to where I can deal with them somewhere else. They know where you are. And you're simply not going to cap right here. I would have really loved to have seen the scout bail out too, and then all of a sudden, holy cow, a 3 hit point Scorpion shows up. He's reloading. Your reverse is so slow, and he ends up killing you right there. So there was a point, probably 30 seconds, a minute ago, where you should have looked at this and went, this is not working out. They're killing us off. The 4202 is not in position. If I take off, more than likely the scout takes off, and we can go fall back to the 4202 or somewhere else that's better defensible, or that they don't know where we are. They'll know which way we went, but they won't necessarily know where we are. Head on out of there, and you might have been able to salvage this one. But 8,062 damage, 1,460 block, 2,637 assist, but a loss. So really a heartbreaker. 7 kills. Nicely done overall, but this is a classic example of people trying to cap with this tunnel vision, narrow-sighted. I made it through my flank. We're winning. By golly, we're going to cap. But the enemy team reacted, and they came back. So you've got to react to that new reality of, you know what, these couple tier 8s and me, we're not going to be able to hold this cap. We got to get out of here. Bail out. Get back with the 4202. I don't know what he was doing over there. He might have been clearing up a tank or two. I didn't pay attention to what was going on over there. But fall back to where your other tanks are. The scout's plenty fast to get away himself, and we'll regroup and see if we can't whittle these guys down some other way. But sitting right there waiting for all these kind of heavily armored tanks, and then allowing the Scorpion to come around. You know, he had not been lit for a while. Anytime I notice that someone's not been lit for a while, I start to get worried, especially in a situation like this, where I figure if he's a smart player, somebody's about to show up behind me, because I haven't seen him for a long time. All right, that's all I got, man. Thanks for sending that in. That was a good one. Take it easy, and we will see you.